Welcome to Mortgages and More, your go-to podcast for the latest insights in the mortgage industry. Join us as we dive into expert advice, unveil actionable tips, and learn how to empower the next generation of homebuyers. Get ready to elevate your knowledge and make those property dreams a reality. Let's get started.
What is up, everybody? We are back. And let me tell you guys, I haven't got to personally spend time with our guest today yet, but Brian, in just the things that you've told me about him, I cannot wait to hang out in real life with this guy, much less read his chapter. And so let's jump in, tell everybody who we've got, because I can't wait to hear this guy's mouth start to talk.
Well, we've got Ramon Von Walker. Ramon is in my past life before FinLocker, I was in the mortgage space and was at a significantly sized wholesaler. And so I've known Ramon as one of the best top originators in the country, right? And I purposely asked Ramon to participate and bring his perspective as a top producer, a top 1%, the best of the best, not just because of the fact that he's a top producer, but he's been a top producer in multiple markets, not geographies. I'm talking about the difference between, the interest rates and the economy and all the things that shape our market. And so, and he's a friend. I always love hanging out with Ramon. I like to, Ramon's one of the guys who's playing chess when everybody else is playing Chinese checkers.
Come on.
Ramon, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for having me. Love the intro. It's exciting. I love the energy and stuff that you brought here. So yeah, I'm super excited that you see me in the light that you do, because it's funny, you don't see yourself in that light. It's really nice to hear other people give their critique or kind of their input of how they see you. So I appreciate those kind words so much. I really do. I'm excited. I mean, even the invitation to be like, I'm like, write a book? What? Somebody cares about what? So I'm like, absolutely. I'll write a chapter in the book. And I think, as I was reflecting, I was like, maybe it is time, right? Maybe it is time to start sharing some of those gold nuggets, if you will. And Brian, I've always been an open book. I mean, we see each other at multiple events, this and that. Anybody that needs me to show up for them, I try to be there. So yeah, I think in my individual story, you're absolutely right. I've had to go through these multiple markets, and the mortgage is its own animal, right? It's its own world. We know this, even in the different facets of how we learn things, right? You could be a upfront originator, but then you have people that are on the back end and secondary of this that an originator would never know anything about. It's just a massive system. The fixed income asset market in the U.S. is one of the biggest markets in the world, and we're part of that in the mortgage industry. So there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of different weather systems, if you will, that we get in this business. And I did recognize that early on, because I constantly tried stuff, and I'm like, this worked yesterday beautifully, and this is absolutely terrible now. It's just chewing through my dollars. So, I mean, it's always been about the risk factor that I've had out there, because I started as an independent originator. So the risk factor, and when I'm a broker, so, I'm spending my own dollars, if you will, and I had the rule. All my dollars are like black belt ninjas. They go out one at a time, and they have to bring one back with them, right? So that forces you to start to get into this idea of wait a minute, yeah, I ramped up to being able to spend $5,000 a week on this, and I'm getting this many loans, and this is great, and I love this business. And then boom, wait a minute, nothing came this week. That's $5,000. I'll put a little bit more in. They told me to put more in. I'll put some more. Wait a minute. Now I'm at 12,000. Now I'm at 20,000. Nothing's come. Now you start now. So it's time to back up, stop, reassess the market, see where you're at, what's working, why isn't it working? And then when you start to, you take this wider view, it's crazy. different companies have moved into the market. Other people are getting faster, smarter, all that sort of thing. Your competition is changing. The rate structure is changing. It's just the clients are getting smarter and shopping more. It's like all these variables that you don't really see that are affecting your business really at light speed, and it's happening to you. So the one thing you have to try to do is not just let this business happen to you, but be out in front of it a bit. So that way, when those changes do happen, you're able to stay in the realm that you want to stay within. So that's sort of like first thought.
I love that.
Yeah. I can't wait to see your story unpacked and all this. It's obvious just listening to you talk, the way you can rattle off things like you know your stuff, and you've been doing it for a while. And so, Ramon, what I'm interested in is, what do you wish you would have known sooner that you could impart on the young mortgage people that'll be listening to this, watching this?
Yeah. A couple things. I did dream that you're an entrepreneur in this business. I don't care if you work for whatever company. Your spirit is different than a lot of other individuals out there that are that work for companies or whatnot. You're in sales in the mortgage space. So you're going to need, in order to truly be successful and deal with all the different headwinds in this business, you're going to need to like dream really big. I think if I had it to do over, right, or if I was back in time a little bit, I would dream a little bit bigger or set my goals and expectations higher than where I did. Now, I was a person that kind of came out, call me, I do sit in that realm of like, I embrace my imagination when it comes to goal setting, right? And there's books about this now, big audacious goals, this and that, right? So I've always sort of been like that. I could maybe do it. How the hell I'm going to do that? But let's just throw it up there and try to run after it. So I'm like, shoot, if I get half of it, then I'll be. But I'm serious. I seriously believe this, though. That's the trick. People can put goals up there, and they don't have any intent in like going after it.
Yeah.
Really, really put it up there high, and then really go after it. And if you do that in this business, you're going to end up in a very nice place. So I know it sounds a little bit cliche-ish, but I think you need that fuel. That's what it starts to turn into. So fill up your fuel tank as much as possible through whatever avenue you need to use to do so. The avenue I had to use was setting these really big goals, and then you'll start to propel. If you get one of them, that's something magic, right? That's something that it's going to be your own personal experience. It's going to be with the man in the mirror, and you've now increased your bandwidth as a human being. So you're going to do great in this. You're going to do better in this particular segment of the business, and possibly transfer some of those things over in your life and in your children's life and all that sort of stuff too. So amazing business, amazing opportunity. It changed the mortgage industry. And being successful in the mortgage industry has changed my life, changed my kids' life. And I'm not talking about just from a monetary perspective. I'm talking about that mental bandwidth. So try to come on and stretch it out as far as possible. You are in a place with no limits. If you do feel limited, maybe just find an environment within the industry. There's a lot of environments. Find one where you don't feel limited, and when those goals can, those big audacious goals can truly, you feel as though they might be obtained in this environment, and cut loose, go after it, risk, go ahead and risk it. Like, there's things to catch you if it doesn't work out the way it's supposed to work out. Believe me, I've a lot of people pay attention to the successes get the limelight, but I have 3 times as many failures as I did.
Come on.
If I back up on the camera, you look at my shorts up, my legs are all scarred up, right? This scarred up, I got scars everywhere. So I'm a Maine lion sort of thing, right? All cut up. So
bro, it's so good. I'm so honored to have you a part of this project.
Yeah.
Guys, if y'all didn't know who Ramon was before this, you're welcome that we brought him into your life. And so we look forward to the wisdom, man, that you're going to be putting in your chapter. And people don't know it, but we're going to let them know it, that it's the weekend. in all these recordings.
Yeah, you guys are doing an amazing project, an amazing job, and I'm happy to see it all come together and more happy to be
Thanks,
part
man.
of it.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Awesome.